RKO the Infamous NWO doing my UFC 129 pay-per-view review. The pay-per-view just ended about 20 minutes ago. Let's get started on the main card. We got the first match of the night was Stephan Bonnar versus Kingsbury. Overall, this is a very technical fight. Throughout the fight, Stephan Bonnar pretty much took Kingsbury through the ground and pretty much dominated him throughout the whole entire fight. It was not the most exciting fight on Stephan Bonnar, but it was very technical and pretty much him just dominating Kingsbury on the ground because, he said that in the post-fight interview that his original game plan was to stand up and bang with him, but when he found out when he took him to the ground and he was pretty much able to control him throughout the fight, that his game plan changed and he strategized doing that, and that's how we won the fight by unanimous decision. Next matchup we got Martin Kampmann versus Rick Story. Also another good matchup. The first round, Rick Story came out pretty much getting the better of stand-up in Martin Kampmann. Second round, Kampmann found his timing and started to get the best of Rick Story on stand-up and the ground game. Third round, Martin Kampmann also dominated the round and getting a split decision because one of the judges gave Rick Story winning the decision. So Martin Kampmann won by split decision, but he should have won by unanimous decision. And next matchup we have was Uriah Faber versus Brian Bowles, and another good fight between Faber. Just another good fight, and pretty much Uriah and Bowles put in a tremendous fight, getting the best out of each other. But in the second round, Uriah came out, started beating up Bowles, locked in a guillotine choke, and boom, Uriah Faber submits Brian Bowles in a tremendous fight, and this submission got submission of the night. Next matchup we have Wanderlei Silva versus Cung Le. Cung Le's UFC debut. And pretty much this fight was back and forth brawl, and tremendous back and forth fight with the leg kicks from Cung Le and those punches from Wanderlei just kept going back and forth. You thought one person was gonna knock out the other. Cung Le was just about to knock out Wanderlei Silva. Silva gets back up. Looked like Wanderlei Silva was about to knock out Cung Le. Cung Le's still standing until then the second round comes. Towards the end of the round, Wanderlei gets the best of Cung Le with the head kick, punches, just tremendous knees. Actually, just 4, 5, 6 knees landing into the ground, punch, and the fight was stopped. And Wanderlei Silva walks away with knockout. Just a great fight. And then now we have the main event in the evening, Mauricio Shogun Rua versus Dan Henderson. And as soon as this fight started off, I thought Rua was gonna get knocked out by Hendo because Rua was down and he was bleeding and his eye was bleeding already. Back and forth brawl pretty much throughout the whole fight. First round, Hendo. Second round, again back and forth, going to the ground. Looks like Hendo was gonna get knocked out. And then boom, it looks like who was going to get knocked out by Hendo. But pretty much throughout the whole first 3 rounds, Hendo just dominated Rua. But Rua showed heart and fought back, and it looked like in some points Rua was about to knock out Dan Henderson. But Henderson has that chin, and just a great fight. The 4th round, Rua came back and looked like he was about to knock out Dan Henderson again, and just dominating on the ground, getting full mount. To where 5th round came, and Rua was dominating throughout the whole round, had Henderson on the ground, getting full mount throughout the whole fight, trying to knock out Henderson. At some point, these guys were so gassed that they couldn't, they were just trading, and they didn't. It was just whatever they had left. That's how much heart they had, and even Rogan said himself that this fight is so good that it was probably one of the greatest fights of UFC history. That's how good this fight was. But the first 3 rounds gave to Henderson, and the last 2 were for Rua. The judges did not give anyone a 10-8, which some parts it looked like they should have got a 10-8. Had one round Henderson should have got a 10-8. In the last round, Rua should have got a 10-8. Won by a 10-8, and but the judges gave it 48-47 to Dan Henderson by unanimous decision. So yeah, tremendous fight. If you did not go see this fight, please try to do so. Probably one of the best fights in UFC history. Yes, I do agree. It has to be in the top 10 for sure, because these guys show heart and determination, trying to knock each other out, trying to submit each other, and they just couldn't do it. But they got just a tremendous 5-round brawl, showing that why main events should be 5 rounds. So yeah, that is my UFC 139 review. If you didn't watch the show, please go check out the show. Tremendous show to watch, especially the last 3 fights were tremendous to watch. We got an epic knockout, an epic decision, an epic knockout, an epic submission, and then we have an amazing 5-round fight. So nothing better than a stacked UFC card, and this card did deliver, and it was worth it. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy. And what were your thoughts on UFC 139?